You're not broken. You're not weak. And no, you're not behind. But there's a reason you feel disconnected, disoriented, like something in your life doesn't quite fit anymore. And Carl Jung saw it coming, long before we filled our days with notifications, schedules, and self-help. Today I want to show you the truth, why you feel lost, and how it's tied to something inside you you've been taught to forget. Let's begin. 1. The hidden cause of feeling lost. You wake up, you grab your phone, you scroll. It's almost automatic now. You look at other people, their wins, their goals, their clarity. And something in you quietly wonders, why don't I feel like that? Not because they have more, but because you slowly lost your connection to something that once felt alive in you. Carl Jung called it the self. Not your personality, not your identity, not your curated online image, but the deep, ancient, silent self. The one that dreams, the one that feels, the one that knows before you can explain. The reason you feel lost is because that part of you has been ignored for too long. 2. Jung's warning to the modern world. Carl Jung warned us, modern life would push us further and further away from our own soul. We would obsess over data, over achievement, over perfection, while neglecting the invisible. Emotion, imagination, the unconscious, the mystery. He wrote, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul." And now, decades later, we are living proof of that. We self-optimize, we chase productivity, we follow morning routines, track habits, and burn out in silence, all while feeling more confused, anxious, and empty than ever. The system taught us how to succeed, but never how to feel, never how to listen, never how to be whole. You're not lost. You're just living in a way that's disconnected from what you actually are. 3. The shadow, what you left behind. Jung said every human carries a shadow, the hidden parts of ourselves we reject or repress, not because they're wrong, but because someone once made us believe they were too much. Too sensitive, too intense, too slow, too angry, too emotional. So what do? We perform, we adapt, we abandon those parts just to feel accepted. But here's the price. When you cut off pieces of your truth to survive, you lose your sense of direction. What if the reason you feel lost is because you've built a life your soul no longer recognizes? 4. The language of dreams and the soul. Carl Jung believed your dreams aren't random. They are symbols, messages, clues, not from a god, not from outside, but from the deepest, most forgotten part of yourself. When your waking life becomes too fake, too numb, too rigid, your dreams start to scream. That anxiety you feel, that strange exhaustion, that quiet sadness you can't explain, it's not failure, it's your soul trying to speak. Carl Jung taught us that the unconscious is not the enemy, it's a mirror, a teacher, a voice you've been trained to ignore. 5. You don't need more motivation. You don't need another goal, another planner, another dopamine hack. What you need is meaning. And meaning comes from reconnection, to your body, to your truth, to the stories that shaped you, to the pain you avoided, to the dreams you buried. This is not about becoming better, it's about becoming whole. 6. Individuation, becoming yourself again. Carl Jung called it individuation, the process of becoming yourself, not the version you were told to be, but the one you already are, under the noise, under the performance, under the shame. And it's hard. Because it means grieving the life you built for approval, letting go of the roles that kept you safe. But it's the only path that leads home. The child inside you, the one that felt magic in the world, that cried without guilt, that dreamed without fear, that child is still waiting. 7. The real reason you feel lost. You don't feel lost because you're broken. You feel lost because the compass you were given points to someone else's version of success, and your soul is tired of following it. The way back? It's simple, but not easy. Ask yourself, what part of me have I been silencing? What feelings have I buried? What truth have I ignored just to feel okay? Let the answers be uncomfortable. Let the truth ruin your false self. Let it burn, because after the fire, you'll find what's real. Carl Jung said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." So maybe you're not lost. Maybe you're just shedding the life you were never meant to live. If this message spoke to you, it wasn't by accident. You're not broken. You're not behind. And if you're ready to go deeper, subscribe. Not for me, but for you, for the self that's been waiting.